Extraordinary news from an unordinary place. I'm sure it will not come as a surprise or shock to you when I suggest to you that news often comes from a variety of different sources. In this very modern and technologically savvy society in which we live, we find that there are all kinds of systems and circuits that are designed to get the word out. We have among us all kinds of news networks. There is among us ABC, NBC, CBS, MSN, and Fox, just to mention a few. And they're designed to keep you informed. They're designed to let you know. They're designed to keep you in touch and in tune with what's going on in and about our world. To be sure, this world abounds with all kinds of mediums for transmitting information. It appears that almost everybody has some sort of cellular device that is structured and set up so that nothing gets missed. Some providers and distributors of information now give special alerts and announcements through the use of internet and email messaging. Others use text messaging, voicemail, and other unique prompts to make sure we all stay in the know. And I can assure you that I cannot by any means exalt this topic on technology. I could go on and on talking about the many ways in which we stay engaged into the affairs going on around and about us. But of all the ways that we get information and expect information to come, I would think that most of us would not consider the cemetery to be a very viable source. I mean, when you think about it, what kind of news comes from a graveyard? Truthfully speaking, graveyards typically don't give much hope. Looking down through history, you probably can't think of much good in your life that came from a graveyard. If your life has been anything like my life, then I'm sure you can concur with me that some of your most emotional moments have occurred at a graveyard. Graveyards, we know, are mostly associated with the ending of life. We have not traditionally beheld it as a place for the beginning of life. I mean, for me, before I assimilate this text appropriately, I'll be honest with you, graveyards have not been good. That's my experience. Graveyards have not been good. I will admit, some years ago, 2005, when my grandmother that really raised me and really helped to navigate those early years of my life to develop me to be the Christian and the person that I have become when she left this world. There were many, many long hours that I sat by myself in the graveyard, staring and crying as I beheld the place where her physical remains lie. I lamented, I cried, I wailed, looking at her grave. Graveyards, for me, have not been good. I mean, at graveyards, I've asked God some tough questions. At graveyards, I wept and wailed at graveyards. As I keep it real with you this morning, I've cried and almost died in a cemetery. If y'all don't mind my candidness and my honesty, I will admit this morning that on the manicured grass of a cemetery, I've wrestled with God. At graveyards, I've stood and cried. I've been messed up emotionally so bad until I actually had the nerve, the sure audacity, and the unmitigated gall to summons God to explain himself. I've asked him, why did you have to take her? Why did he have to leave me? Why didn't you heal like I asked you and begged you to do? Yes, at graveyards, looking down at a tombstone with my loved one's name engraved on it. I've told God my pain. I told him my problems. I presented my predicament. So then, if your experience is anything like my experience, then you can agree that on average, graveyards have never been good. Amen. Even if you consider the great things of the world, the scientific discoveries that have done so much to revolutionize the world and our daily living, you will find that they came from all places and under all circumstances. However, nothing of scientific significance has come from a graveyard. Look at the great battles of history. The great battles of history have been fought in all kinds of places, on land and on the sea, and in the air and on the plains, on mountain tops and in valleys and villages. But if you will check the record, no great battles have ever been fought in a graveyard. With the possible exception of the Gettysburg Address, no great speeches or pronouncements from leading orators, ministers, poets, or rulers have ever been made in a graveyard. Graveyards, after all, are for dead folk. And we all know dead folk don't move or talk. And if they did, most of us would clear the place in a matter of moments. Yet to the contrary, if Easter is about anything at all, it's about what I call extraordinary news in an unordinary place. Easter, in all probability, the biggest and most significant observance of the Christian faith, comes out of all places from a borrowed tomb. Easter, with all the joys and all the hope that it brings, was set up in a cemetery. It did not occur at the banks of the Jordan with the heavens opening up and the Spirit descending like a dove and the voice of God thundering forth, but in of all places, it occurred at a graveyard. It did not take place on a mountain of transfiguration or in the busy streets of Jerusalem amidst the cheering crowds of Palm Sunday praises, but it happened in a cemetery. If Easter is about anything, it's the announcement and celebration of the good news that love conquers hate and right conquers wrong. It's the message that God, that good, those seemingly always on the ropes and always on the run, still conquers evil, and that holiness without compromise itself or stooping to use the methods of the opponent can still defeat sin, that's good news. Well, I sent someone saying, tell us the story, preacher, of this extraordinary news in an unordinary place. If you have a moment, let me, for a moment, take a ride on the wings of our consecrated imagination and rethread our way back across the vast wilderness of time and stand by faith with the angels and others as they experienced that morning when our Lord rose from the dead. It's early on Sunday morning and the sky is still dark. It was dark. It's been dark ever since Friday. You know, ever since Good Friday, it had been dark. It was dark with Peter's denial, dark with the disciples' betrayal, dark with Pilate's cowardice, dark with Christ's anguish, dark with Satan's glee. The only semblance of light came from that band of women standing at a distance from the cross. And among those women are two Marys, one the mother of James and Joseph, and Mary Magdalene. Now, why are they there? They're there to call his name, to be the final voices he hears before his death, to prepare his body for burial. They're there to clean the blood from his beard, to wipe the crimson from his legs, to close his eyes, to touch his face. They're there. The last to leave Calvary and the first to arrive at the tomb. So early on that Sunday morning, they leave their homes and habitats and walk out on the tree-shadowed path. They have a very somber task. The morning only promises them one encounter, and that was an encounter with a corpse. You got to remember that Mary and Mary, they don't know that this is the first Easter Sunday. They're not hoping that the tomb will be vacant. No, they're not going there expecting to see the risen Lord. They aren't discussing their response when they see Jesus. They have absolutely no idea that the Jesus that they are looking for is no longer there. As far as they're concerned, Jesus is history. They just wanted the stone moved. The least they could do was give him a proper burial. It's too late for the incredible. The feet that walked on water has been pierced. The hand that healed lepers has been stilled. Mary and Mary had come for but one purpose, to place warm oil on a cold body. They came to bid farewell to the one man who gave reason to their hopes and dreams. But what did they find when they got there? There sat an angel who had rolled back the stone and sat upon it. Y'all don't hear me? Listen at this extraordinary news. In this unordinary place, he said, "Fear not. I know you seek Jesus who was crucified." But here comes the exciting part. He is not here, for he is risen. How many of you know that you don't generally get news like that at a graveyard? Our Lord was lied on, but lies couldn't hold him down. Yeah, our Lord was betrayed, but betrayal couldn't hold him down. He is risen. Our Lord was hated, but hate couldn't hold him down. Yeah, he is risen. His enemies were jealous of him. But I'm here to let you know that jealousy couldn't hold him down. He is risen. Yeah, he was envied, but envy couldn't hold him down. He is risen. Jesus was persecuted. The persecution could not hold him down. He is risen. He was slandered, but slander couldn't hold him down. He is risen. Yeah, he was talked about, but no talk could not hold him down. The good news is he is risen. Yeah, he is risen from the dead, and he is Lord. He is risen. In the end, he was killed. But not even death, hell, and the grave could hold him down. The extraordinary news that they got from the graveyard, a cemetery, a burial ground, was he is risen. And be sure today, he lives. I'm here to let you know that he lives, and because he lives, hope lives. Because he lives, truth lives. Because he lives, love lives. Because he lives, virtue lives. Because he lives, integrity lives. Because he lives, honesty lives. Because he lives, righteousness lives. Because he lives, sanctification lives. Because he lives, holiness lives. Because he lives, salvation lives. Because he lives, grace lives. Mercy lives. Y'all don't hear me. He died on Friday. Yes, he did. He died on Friday. Oh, but early Sunday morning, early, yes, because he lives. Y'all don't hear me. I can face tomorrow because he lives. All my fears are gone because I know he holds the future. Life is worth. I said life is worth. Life is worth the living because I know he lives. Yes, the vilest sins are forgiven. The greatest enemies are conquered. The worst of difficulties are overcome. The weakest of saints are strengthened. The gravest of doubts are dispelled. The heaviest burdens are lifted. He lives. He lives. He lives. On Friday he hung, bled and died. But on Sunday morning, Sunday morning, Sunday morning, Sunday morning, he rose, he rose, he rose, he rose with all power, all power, all power. There's extraordinary news from an unordinary place. Yes, he lives, he lives, he lives, he lives. Yes, he lives. He lives, he lives, he lives. He lives, he lives, he lives. Because he lives, whatever you're facing right now, because he lives, you can make it through. Because he lives, there's a bright side somewhere. Because he lives. You have hope that somehow, some way, everything is going to be all right. Because he lives. Because he lives. God bless you today. God bless you today. Extraordinary news from an unordinary place. Jesus is alive. The tomb is empty. The angel said, I know you're looking for Jesus. He's not here. He risen just like he said. Come see the place where the Lord lay. God bless you today.